it's Lisa. Now, just because I'm using some of my stash this summer doesn't mean I don't want to add a few new things to my scrapbooking supplies. And I discovered earlier that this summer that I really was running low on paper, so we're going to get to that in a moment. But let me show you a few of the other things that I got recently from A Cherry on Top. This is one of the new colors from Tim Holtz in Distress Paint. This is Fossilized Amber, and these new colors come in all of their various products, their inks and stains and stuff. But I like the Distress Paint. It works really well on the jelly plate. It's more expensive than craft paint, so I don't tend to have a lot of it, and I tend to mix it with other things, but it spreads really, really well. This is the color, and just on regular plain surface, and then over a Mod Podge surface, which would thin it down some. So it's really pretty. They have different color for each month, and I think this is only the second one I've gotten. I'm just kind of picking the ones that suit me. This particular stencil from Dina Wakley I had in my cart one time before, and for some reason when you order this one they don't have it in stock. You have to wait on it. So I don't like to do back orders, but it didn't take but a few extra days to get my order, because I decided I really wanted this one. It's called Mosaic Swirl, and I think it will make a beautiful border, so we're going to give that one a try. These, I thought, I've zeroed in on the word flare and I missed the pins part, and this first one I think I've already broken. I can't even find the pins, so I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to probably hot glue these onto my projects anyway, and I'm not going to be worrying about the pinning part. I wanted the flare portion of it. You'll see when we get to the papers why I picked this particular color grouping from My Mind's Eye. This was off the clearance at A Cherry on Top, so some rhinestone swirls that I can use on scrapbook pages, or most likely on mixed media projects. Now let's look at some paper. First of all, cardstock. I never thought I would have trouble finding craft cardstock, but I used to order Stampin' Up's 12 by 12 Crumb Cake, which is their craft color, and you could order a whole pack of that. They no longer sell those colors by individual packs, except maybe I think black and white or something. But so the only way you can get the 12 by 12 crumb cake is to order it with all the other neutrals, and I don't want to do that. I was getting at Michael's. They haven't been having it in stock, or either the Basil, which this is, or their store brand, so I just had to order some. I also have some My Mind's Eye here, which is a little closer to that Stampin' Up color. It's a lighter shade, but it's a little more of a taupey colored craft. So I liked having some craft cardstock available. Now let's get into the designer papers. This first collection is from Kaisercraft, and when I first pulled this out of the package I thought, oh my gosh, it's so bright. I had not expected it to be quite so bright, but the other papers, it tones down quite a bit, and I'll show you both the A and the B sides to these. I loved this all over floral. I tend to do a lot of things with magenta colors. I have some clothing in that color, and we go visit gardens and different things, and for some reason that color tends to pop out a lot in my scrapbooking. I was working on a layout this morning where I was looking for these colors. That's a beautiful all over print. Polka dot on the back. So those are the ones I got from Kaisercraft, and this is called the Fly Free Collection. Simple Stories, the So Rad collection. I liked these colors as well, and these a lot of the patterns for this. This is a boy collection, but I can use this for a lot of different things. I think this would work well with fall too, with those particular colors. But it's new for Simple Stories. It's a great background page. And I love stripes. So now to go along with this, I also got the Simple Basics kit for the So Rad collection, and I was really surprised at how shiny these papers are. That's not typical for Simple Stories, and it's not a match, in my opinion, with the other papers. And I don't know if that's typical for the separate collection packs, or it just happens to be these papers, but there's a lot of shine to this, and it's okay, but it's not quite what I had in mind. I really wanted these for backgrounds, and there are some good choices here, some good small, B-side papers. So those are all So Rad from Simple Stories. Also from Simple Stories, I've gotten a little bit of the Summer Vibes collection. I only bought one of the individual pieces. This Oliver Floral I thought was really fun. And then the Basics kit has all these great wood grains to them. And they're not so shiny, I don't think. So, and all of them have a wood grain on one side and then a little grid pattern on the other. So we've got a beige and a peach and a fun red, looks like cherry cola kind of color. I love that blue-green. And an odd shade of yellow. That's going to be interesting. We'll see how that one works out. And then, of course, some more traditional wood grain. And the last sheet of paper here is one that was off their clearance rack from Imagination that you think you're supposed to paint it. The Creative Imaginations. You're supposed to paint it, but I don't know. I bought it for the black and white kind of look. So, anyway, those are my goodies from Cherry on Top. They have really fast shipping. I had to wait, as I say, a little bit for this stencil, but that's unusual. And when it did ship, it got here in 2 days or less from Michigan to the East Coast. So I'm always really pleased with working with them. Thank you for watching today, and I hope you'll check out some of my other videos and look for some of these products to be mixed in with things in my stash coming up in later videos this summer.